In this video, I'm going to explain how to collect like terms, which is something we do to simplify algebraic expressions. It's one of the first things that you learn in algebra because it forms a major part of algebra, and it's one of the first things that you need to know how to do in order to do other things in algebra. Okay? So let's get started. I've got 6 examples here that I'm going to go through in this video, and they kind of get increasingly difficult. So first of all, we need to know what a like term is. Terms that are like each other, in the definition you can see it says we add terms with the same variable and the same index. Okay, so those are called like terms if they have the same variable, the same letter, but also the same index, which means power. Okay, so for example, in example number 6, we have p squared and we also have p. They have the same variable, but they don't have the same index. They don't have the same power. One is squared and one is to the power of 1. So they are not like terms, okay? P squared, 2p squared, and p squared are like terms, but 2p squared and p are not. So I'm going to use different colors to circle the like terms together, and then I know which ones I'm adding together. And you can do the same thing. You can highlight them, you can underline them, you can circle them in the question to help you. So in this first question, I've got A, this is a positive A, and then I'm going to have to add that with this positive 2A. Okay, I've made sure that I have circled the sign that is in front of the term. The sign in front goes with it. So that means it's a positive 2A. Okay, so I need to do A plus 2A, which gives me 3A. Okay, then I'm going to take a different color just to separate it. I've got a positive B here, and I need to add a positive 3B here, which makes 4B. So I'm going to write plus 4B. And that's it. My answer is 3A plus 4B. Okay, in the second one, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I've got A's and B's again. So I'm going to circle the terms with A in, 3A, and then this is a negative 5A. Don't forget to circle the sign that's in front of it, that goes with it. This means I have to put 3A, I have to add it with negative 5A. Okay, some people like to write 3A plus negative 5A. Remember, when you have positive and a negative sign next to each other, it's the same as subtraction. So 3A subtract 5A is negative 2A. If you need to go back and practice adding and subtracting with negative numbers, you should do that before continuing with collecting like terms, because that is a skill that will come up a lot. So here I'm going to write negative 2A, and now I'm going to move on to the terms with B in them. So I've got negative B, and I need to add 3B, which is positive plus 2B. Okay, so minus 2A plus 2B is my final answer. Okay, in example number 3, I've got A's again. 5A plus 6A is 11A. Then I've got some constants, which is some numbers by themselves. Okay, they are like terms to each other, plus 4 and negative 1. I can add those together, which gives me positive 3. But I can't add them with A's. Okay, so 11A plus 3 is my final answer. Okay, in the next question, I've got some terms that have A squared in them. 2A squared plus 4A squared. That's going to give me 6A squared. Okay, those are not like terms with the terms that have A in them. Remember, like terms have the same variable and the same index, the same power. So those I'm going to have to add together, but separately. So plus A is like a positive 1A, and subtract 7A. If I have 1A and I subtract 7A, I now have negative 6A. So final answer is 6A squared subtract 6a. Okay, next one, we don't always have to use a and b, we can have x, y, or any other letter. So here, the like terms are the terms with x in them. 3x subtract 3x is actually 0, nothing. So I don't need to write 0, I don't need to write anything there. Then I've got positive 2y here, and I need to subtract 5y from that, which gives me negative 3y. So I only ended up with one term there. And then the last example, again we've got p squareds, which we can add together. 2p squared plus another p squared makes 3p squared. Then I've got a term with just p in it. There are no other terms that only have p in them, so that's going to stay there by itself. And in this question, I have a third like term, which is a constant. There are no other constants to add to that. So again, I just pop it on the end, and my final answer here is 3p squared plus p plus 3. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions.